Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to my F1 23 career mode series. This is season 4, round 14, 3 to go. And in Brazil, we put ourselves that bit closer to the championship hunt. We are still 38 points off with 3 to go. It's a tall order, but I'm giving it everything to try and overhaul Lando Norris to become the Season 4 champion. First up though, we have one-shot qualifying for the Portuguese Grand Prix. So let's try and get a good lap in. So far so good. I don't like the exit we've had there though, but we're still in the top 3. It's going to be very close though. It always is at this stage and at this point. I swear the last few races, literal hundredths of a second have separated the front few cars, so it's going to be tight. But at the moment we are on for pole. We just need to put our car in all the right places for the rest of the lap, and it's looking very good, isn't it? As we now head round the right-hander, and we're doing nicely here. So far we are fastest, but it's now for the rest of the lap that it can count. We've got to get the best exit out of this right-hander here to set us up for this straight, and we have done just that. And I feel very confident that this is going to be a pole position lap. Verstappen is behind us. I don't think he's going to make up enough time, and that is pole for the Portuguese Grand Prix. So it's the best possible start we could have to the weekend, and a great way to continue the momentum that we are building here. It's pole position for the Portuguese Grand Prix. A tenth is what separates us to Verstappen. And Dennis Hauger is in the top 4 again. So Hauger is doing an insane job for Alfa Romeo. Both drivers starting strongly in the race. And Lando Norris, P7. So he's got it all to do in the race. It's looking very good for us.
Welcome along then to Portimao, one of the busiest towns in the Algarve and a breathtaking destination that brings tourists from all around the world to the shores of southern Portugal. Today, it's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Joker lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Hauger, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Norris, Stroll, Drugovich, Russell, Doohan, Théo Pourchaire, Gasly, Albon, Liam Lawson, Joe, Ricciardo, Iwasa, Ocon, Vesti, Sargent, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid.
Well, the regulations aren't new anymore, but the teams and the drivers are still coming to terms with them.
Right, we got 23 laps to do here in Portimao. It is a final push for the championship. We're on pole. That's the best way we could start that. But now we've got to try and win this race, and that will put us in an even stronger position. We are underway in Portimao, but it's a slow getaway, and Verstappen is alongside. He is going for the inside, and Verstappen, I think, is going to take it from us. Verstappen is taking, no, he isn't, it's Leclerc who takes it. Verstappen getting wrong-footed, and Charles Leclerc from P3 leads this race. But that's not the worst thing in the world, because Leclerc is our teammate, and we're very close. I'm going to go and have a look for the inside there. No way through. Leclerc has that covered. And look at this. Look at the exit we've got on him here. And we're going to go alongside and try and take it. But Leclerc has that covered. There was no way through there. But it's a matter of time before we get past our teammate. Verstappen is third. Then it's Tsunoda and Hauger in fourth and fifth. And I am still trying to get past my teammate, who looks a little bit wobbly out of the right-hander as we come up to the end of Sector 2. Leclerc leads, I'm in second, Verstappen is third, And this is the moment where a team order button would be handy, so we could say, Charles, get the hell out of the way. But it's the end of lap 1. Leclerc, Waters in second, which is us. Verstappen in third. Here we go. We're putting an attack on Leclerc. We've got the slipstream. We're going to have a look down the inside. Leclerc covers the inside. He's a bit wobbly as he covers. And we're trying to find a way through, but one does not exist. Verstappen sticking his nose up the inside. Is there a way through Leclerc into the hairpin? I don't think so. That would be a brave one to try there. But Charles Leclerc holding on to the lead. A lead that we need to take as soon as possible so that we're not losing time. But at the moment, Leclerc leading the way. And Verstappen in third is getting very interested behind me. And I really could do with him not being quite as interested in getting past me. I could do with him being occupied by Tsunoda, but that's not going to happen. Tsunoda just doesn't have that pace as we come towards the end of lap 2. That was wide there, and Leclerc gains an extra couple attempts on us. It's going to be a challenge to try and get past him in this Grand Prix, but we are going to try and find a way through. We will have DRS from this lap, so that'll help. Leclerc leads. Second for us. Verstappen in third. He's not going to let go of this one easily, but I don't think Leclerc's going to let go of it easy either, as we now get right behind him, and I'm preparing an attack. I'm getting ready to attack up here because we're going to have DRS this time round, which means the rear wing will open, but it's not giving me any real help to catch Leclerc. And I'm having to hesitate and just wait it out till the end of the lap. But that's okay, we're staying within half a second of our teammate. And again, where's the team order button? Charles, Joe is fighting for the championship. You are not. Get out the way. That was a little bit of an ambitious little look up the inside there, just to see if I could spook him. But Leclerc is not going to frighten easy. We are going to have to do this on track. We're going to have to do this on the straight, and we're going to have a chance here because we will have the DRS. It's just a matter of how much of an effect will it have when we get it. Our rear wing opens now. And well, I thought we'd set the fastest lap. No, Verstappen has. Verstappen meaning business in this Grand Prix here, because he is staying with the front two. I really don't see where I exceeded track limits here. Right, we've got a shot now, haven't we? We got we had a little run brewing there. And if only we just got better out of the left-hander there, we might have been able to have a look at our teammate, but no such luck. But again, where did I exceed track limits? I'm really struggling to understand that one. But we move on, and I'm trying to just stay within my teammate. Verstappen is right there as well. He's not going to let this one go without a fight. And I'm not going to try and run it down the inside of Leclerc again round here, because that won't work. Instead, I'm just going to try and stay as close as I can. But I don't think 6/10 is close enough. I need to be running in a little bit closer. But every time we get round here, Leclerc is just able to make an extra couple attempts count where it matters. And it puts us on a little bit of a back foot as we come back to the pit straight again. And Verstappen much closer to us. Is he going to have a go? I don't think he's close enough. But we're closing the gap back to Leclerc. But Leclerc just really has a good hold on the lead at the moment. And it's going to take a bit of effort to displace him at the moment. Leclerc, he seems to want this win, doesn't he? He's not going to let this go easy. And Verstappen behind us in third, waiting for an opportunity. Oh! Okay, that just lets Leclerc know we're there. Luckily no damage. But we get closer, we're definitely braver on the brakes there. And that will give Leclerc a bit of a wake-up call. Just letting him know I'm there. I really thought I was going to be minus a front wing there. Luckily we're not. But Leclerc is just there. It's so tantalisingly close. This time we're closer in this sector. So I think if we can just stay where we are now, we have a chance. But that dirty air is destabilising us a little bit. But actually, this is perfect. We are right within a shot here now. As we head round the right-hander, this definitely, as we go around the final corner, that has put us nicely in position to attack now. And we're coming down the straight, we're gaining. Is it going to be enough? We're going to have a look. Leclerc defends again. But Leclerc's gone a little bit slowly. We may be able to have a look down the inside of the right-hand hairpin here. We've locked up, we've gone wide. Through goes Leclerc and through goes Verstappen. That was ambition ahead of adhesion, and that went entirely wrong for us there. And now we've got not just one but two cars to fight as we now begin an attack on Max Verstappen. We're not going to get through there, and Leclerc just starting to pull back away again. That was a lunge that could be ill afforded, and now we're down in P3. From pole to third, this is not where we want to be. Leclerc still leading the race. Verstappen a few tenths behind, and we're in third place now. An attack went horribly wrong, and now we've really got to rethink the entire race. Heading to the last corner again and beginning another lap. Can we do anything about Verstappen? I think right now he's my nearest threat again. We need to try and get back ahead of him and get back in position to attack Leclerc. This is not the race where we needed this to be happening, and one that is so crucial in the championship as well. Again, this is why I say F1 24, bring a team order button. Meanwhile, Tsunoda and Halger are still in 4th and 5th. They're having a fantastic day in the Alfa Romeos, aren't they? Meanwhile, Verstappen's having one of his best races of the year. It's been a bit of a tough season for Max in the Mercedes, but he's now right on the tail of Leclerc. He is in the fight for the victory of this race. Any one of the top three here could win. It's a case of which driver in the top three is going to take it here. At the moment, the favourite, I have to say, probably looks like Max. Max is definitely on it this Grand Prix, and I'm starting to lose touch with these two now. It's going to be hard to keep up. I'm going to need Leclerc and Verstappen to start battling. Otherwise, we are really going to lose touch with these two. And look, Max is having a look now at Leclerc, but there's no way through there. And Max will just have to wait, and that's just going to bring us back into play here. Look how much we gain there. We really bring ourselves back into touch. Oh, that was deep, that was deep. But we get a nice exit, and that helps. This is where we're pretty quick. This is where it really works for the car. I wonder if strategy-wise hitting a lap later might help us have the advantage we need to catch up. At the moment, it's proving very tricky to stay with these two, especially around this part of the circuit. This is where they just seem to be grippier, and Leclerc, he didn't seem grippier at all, did he? He seems to be struggling a little bit with the car, and Verstappen seems to be the one who's more confident, especially around there. Right, out of the last corner, beginning another lap. Verstappen is all over the back of Leclerc here. Is he going to be close enough to have a look? He's definitely getting ever closer, but no cigar, no joy for Max there. And we get a second warning for track limits. That one I understand why we got it. And, well, we definitely pushed closer in the first sector, don't we? And Verstappen, he could literally nudge Leclerc around the corner at this stage. And Charles definitely seems to be struggling a bit more than myself and Max are. proving hard to keep up, but I'm pushing as hard as I can. And round sector 2 is where we just seem to find a couple of tenths of a second. Unfortunately, we tend to lose it in sector 3. Max seemed a little bit wobbly there. And I think he's reacting to Leclerc's struggle. And once again, sending that one in a bit overconfident, steaming in a bit too hot there. But I think these two are about to battle. I think we're about to see a change of the lead here. But I think Leclerc got a better exit. We're about to see it. Round the last corner we go. They're very close to each other. Surely this lap we're going to see an attack. Verstappen goes to the inside. Leclerc covers. And Verstappen isn't quite able to get it done. And this means I can have a go at Verstappen down the inside. We take Verstappen and move back into second place in this Portuguese Grand Prix. Verstappen losing out there. And that was very much our gain. That was a great bit of opportunistic driving there. Verstappen was backed up by Leclerc after a failed attempt to overtake. And I just said, thank you very much. I will take P2 straight off you. And now we're going to apply some pressure to our teammate who seems to want this win. Unfortunately, I want this win too. And only one of us can have it. So, it's, you know, I want it to be me. And I'm going to give everything I can to ensure that it is. And Verstappen behind is not giving up either. So any one of these three can win this race. And Leclerc definitely seems to be the one that is just hanging on and struggling to do so. I'm on a charge here as we sweep round the final corner and onto another lap. Trying to catch up to Leclerc. It's not working. This is the lap we're told to pit then, so I'm going to be pitting in this lap. And Hauger, I think, is fighting Tsunoda now. And we're now fighting Leclerc as we get closer down this straight. Going to have a look down the inside of our teammate, and down the inside we go. Are we past Leclerc? Leclerc goes for the up and under. We're now going for the exit and the inside round there, but that was only going to end in our front wing getting chopped off. That was, it was worth a go. It was worth a shot, and Verstappen is now ever closer as a result. He's wanting to get involved in this scrap. I'm saying no, and Leclerc just does not give up, does he? Now, if he pits this lap, that really screws me up. So is he going to pit this lap? He is in the lead. And I really don't want that to happen as we come out the final bend. No, Leclerc has pitted this lap. Cheers, Charles. That's really not worked out for me. But Verstappen's staying out. So that actually does kind of work out. Because now we're free of Leclerc. And now I'm free to try and push as hard as I can to get P1 ahead of him. We do have the Saubers holding everything up in 4th and 5th, so as a result we have got a little bit of time spare. Norris though has got clear of Hauger, but it still means we have got a few seconds to ourselves without that worry. So Norris has stayed out. I'm pushing very hard here. And we are clearing Verstappen a little bit as a result. Verstappen dropping back. But I'm out an extra lap on tyres that just do not feel quite as good as once they did. And Verstappen is all over me. Right, this is where the team have to get it right. It's a critical pit stop here, as I have a little bit of a slide round the corner, but nothing overly dramatic. Verstappen positioning himself for an attack, but the reality is we're pitting this lap, so no attack can happen yet. Into the pit lane. Right, this is where it's down to the pit crew. Oh, Leclerc's out! Leclerc is out of the race! Oh, there's Leclerc pulling over. So he's had an engine failure, and Leclerc, one of our cars, out of the race. That's worrying, but that relieves me of having to worry about fighting Leclerc. So my fight at the moment is with Verstappen, and it looks like a drama-free pit stop to get us back into the race, clear of Verstappen.
See these tyres through to the end now.
Oh, that's a shame. That's killed the race, that has. It would have been quite an eventful race to the end. And look at Frederick Vesti up in 7th. He hasn't stopped yet. He'll be praying for a red flag. It's kind of been a rotten, anonymous season for Fred Vesti so far, but not a lot that can be done about that. Right. One thing we can do, however, is try and hold on to the lead of this Portuguese Grand Prix. And unfortunately, Leclerc is out of it, so nothing that can be done to help me in this race now. It's all up to me. Albon into the pits, so we resume the lead of the race. Verstappen will resume second, and we've set a fastest lap of the race. Tsunoda will resume third, but only until Lando Norris gets past. At the moment, Norris isn't getting past though, and Hauger is in P5, so it's still a very strong result race for the Sauber team so far, but you get the feeling that Hauger may drop down a couple further places, and I think Tsunoda may lose P3 to Norris, but we'll see how it works out. Oh, here's Lando Norris now. He is attacking Yuki Tsunoda for third. Tsunoda will be wanting to hold on to that position. Norris is going to go around the outside, and Lando sweeps into P3 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. We are now watching Dennis Hauger as he chases down Yuki Tsunoda for 4th place. The DRS is wide open. Hauger's having a go. Is he going to go around the outside of his teammate? He's certainly going to try. And Hauger goes right round the outside of his teammate and takes P4. So Dennis Hauger moving ahead of Yuki Tsunoda here in this Portuguese Grand Prix. And definitely asserting himself as the number one within that team, that's for sure. Hauger's had an amazing season. Both the Alfa Romeo drivers have. They've scored a great deal of points, but Hauger wants to be seen as the team leader there. He means business, and he is having a fantastic Grand Prix here. He's already had 1 podium this season, and he's doing what he can to try and get closer to scoring that second one. Though I think catching Norris at this stage is going to be a bit too tall of an order. I tell you what though, Verstappen is making a bit of a push in this stage of the race with 1.5 laps to go. He's really making a push. He's closing that gap. He is not going to let me breathe and ease this one home. But I feel like we do have this one covered. I've just got to not let Max spook me wide or anything. Norris is very much settled for third. That much is clear, but Max is not settling for second. He is going for it as we start the final lap in Portimao. And it's just a matter now of keeping the car pointing the right direction for the last 3 or so miles, heading into turn 1, making sure we clip the apex and don't exceed track limits. A 3-second penalty would be catastrophic at this stage. And Lance Stroll is moving up to 5th, I think. I was too busy focusing on that. Let's have a look. Tsunoda has very much lost the protection of his teammate Dennis Hauger, who was right behind him playing rear gunner. There goes Lance Stroll up into 5th place, demoting Tsunoda down to 6th. But I think he should be safe there from Drugovich because there's no other main DRS point that should be a threat. But look at Max now making a charge late in this race. Both Mercedes drivers have, with improving their positions, and in fact Tsunoda has dropped back quite a substantial amount. So Stroll wasn't particularly near them, so I wonder, does Yuki have some sort of problem in this late stage to this Grand Prix? But once again, it's been a case of we have done everything we need to in this race, and we're taking another nibble out of Lando Norris's championship lead, which is not invincible. It's very much game on here, And with 2 races to go, we've done everything we need to get. With 3 races to go, which will be 2 after this one, we've done everything we need to do. And can we continue the momentum in the last 2 races? It's another race win for us, our 3rd of the season, 2nd back-to-back, and a 5th back-to-back for the team. We are dominating this second half of the season. And Lando Norris gets driver of the day for the damage limitation. That's fair.
It's a performance that our Portuguese Grand Prix winners can be justifiably proud of. And I'm sure there'll be celebrations tonight. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
I really feel the track layout, combined with the track temperatures we saw today, suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here comes your top 3 making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
It's another win here at this Portuguese Grand Prix, and the fastest laps are 11 more points taken out of Lando's lead, but Max Verstappen kept me pushing right to the end. He did not give me a moment to breathe there. Verstappen gets second, Norris rounds out the podium, doing the best damage limitation he could. It's a very strong race for Dennis Hauger, finishing where he started in P4. Lance Stroll gets 5th, Tsunoda gets 6th. It's a great day for Alfa Romeo. And then it's Drugovich in 7th, Russell getting a few points for Alpine in 8th, Piastri 9th, and Gasly securing another point for Ferrari. So it's a couple of points in the last 2 races for Ferrari. Definitely an improvement to the misery they've suffered this season. And this is what the standings looks like. We have moved into 2nd. We're 27 points off and just starting to apply that little bit of pressure onto Lando Norris now. I mean, if he finishes 3rd in the next 2 races, even if we win and get fastest lap, it's still not going to be enough. So we need Lando to have a little bit of bad luck in the coming races. But we are 10 points clear of Drugovich, who has an even taller order now to win the title, so he is out of contention. Verstappen is 4th, and points-wise, yeah, he's out. He is, even if he won the next 2 and got fastest lap with Lando DNFing, I think Lando would get it on the account of having more wins. Stroll is 5th, then it's Leclerc, Russell in 7th, Hauger in 8th, and Tsunoda rounding out the top 10 with Sainz still holding on to 9th, and I think that's what he will hold on to. And in the Constructors, Alfa Romeo retake P4 in the Constructors. Other than that, there's no change. We have taken a couple of points on Williams, but I think Williams are pretty secure to win the Constructors' Championship. And the only other change is that Haas, Ferrari and AlphaTauri are now all tied on 2 points, with Haas having 8th, because I think the points were secured from their driver getting 9th. So I don't know, but we got 2 races to go. How is this all going to unfold? I can't wait to see it.